Morning, everybody. So, we got Hog here talking about Diablo 4 was better than POE 2. His reaction to... Who the hell is this guy? It is... probably not worth listing the guy. Yeah, that's probably right. Find out. I started to watch this and was like, wait. It's funny.
10 reasons why Diablo 4 is a superior game versus Path of Exile.
Here's the problem I got. If someone's gonna say it's superior, well, Diablo 4's been out for a year. We gotta remember when Diablo 4 came out, resistances didn't work. Armor didn't work as intended. The game was like fun in like this weird puppy dog phase because we'd been waiting 10 years from Diablo 3 to 4, and getting the Diablo Immortal news in the beginning kind of was like eh. It was like a heartbreak in the middle. Everyone's got smartphones, don't they? Fuck you, Blizzard. I had friends come from Australia to go to that convention to then be let down that it was a cell phone convention. Anyway, I feel like Path of Exile is doing pretty good. There's a lot that works. Writing Gear Games made Path of Exile 1, so like the base game works. The base game mechanics work. Armor, evasion, shield block, dodge roll, resistances, those all work.
I can't say that with a straight fucking face.
Come on, you piece of junk.
Yeah, I was gonna skip it, but it's
How about y'all? You got Hog. Thanks for stopping by. So I seen this dude. I guess Fred Durst with a beard right here, no half measures. I guess he's a music guy. Seen him talk about 10 reasons why Diablo 4 is a superior game to Path of Exile 2. This video was put out like 2 days after POE 2 came out. There ain't no possible way that you can even make a true non-shilling comparison unless you're like a super D4 fanboy that's threatened by POE 2 coming out. 3 weeks later, we still have 300,000.
Hey guys, POE 2 early access is $35, and then it's going to go free to play. Diablo 4 should have been free to play because it was worse than a free to play that's basically out for half of what Diablo 4 wanted. Yikes. I didn't even play the campaign for Diablo 4 properly because it didn't force me to, because I could just get with friends, rush through it, and be over with it. Path of Exile, you have to play the campaign the way they designed the game. So if Diablo did that, a lot of us would have been done easily. It's just been through it like we did in Diablo 3 back in the day, when the very first campaign of each season, you had to play through the campaign and unlock adventure. Not this, well, adventure mode's unlocked. Oh, well, it's done. Okay, yeah, it's terrible.
1,000 people playing the game. Yeah, there's issues with the game. It's in early access. We've been providing feedback about that, but we've still been playing the absolute shit out of the game. And
hey, we provided feedback.
In its current state does not.
Wait, we provided feedback in Diablo 4, and then we had all these like woke ass like developers who were leftovers, who were microtransaction specialists, or just some weird ass art or dungeon designer who copy pasted and then couldn't actually do a good job with it, who then also was faking playing the game when they couldn't make the game, like they couldn't play the game well either. You'd think developers would spend time playing their game. Betting POE devs actually play their game. Just a thought.
Mean that Diablo 4 is a good game or fun or possesses any of the good things that a good ARPG should have. So I really 11 minutes and 41 seconds. 10 reasons why D4. So we got what a minute of reason. That's how good D4 is. So anyway, I have a feeling we're just gonna put this over an open fire and roast its ass. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and I think this video is probably gonna warrant it, or maybe I'll be wrong. But we're gonna do an old school off stream hog style reaction video, and let's see what old Fred's got to say here.
Point in time while everybody is glazing Path of Exile 2, it's super important for us to remain grounded.
All right, let's get ready for him to glaze D4.
Wait, everyone's just playing it?
Like this is very, very important because we need to remember some simple facts as to why Diablo, the franchise itself, but also just Diablo 4 with its most recent expansion, is by far the superior game as well as experience.
Superior?
Especially if you are an ARPG veteran.
Diablo 4 sucks. Diablo 4 sucks. It's not a good game.
How much did Blizzard pay you for this? How much did Blizzard pay you? Already, this is fucking ridiculous.
I'm
right,
in agreement with Hog
ARPG
here.
veteran versus ARPG veteran. Okay, so I won't disagree. Diablo is
Last Epoch is better than Diablo 4.
Fucking sucks, dude. What are you even talking about?
Myself, somebody who has grown up with the genre and essentially knows quality from, you know, something that's just basically really, really cool right now while everybody's supporting it, but, you know, it eventually goes away. So
Did Path of Exile 1 go away? No, they added 10 years of content.
So, because everybody's supporting this right now, and 3 weeks later, it's got 300,000 players on Steam. Just on Steam. So, because everyone's playing it and supporting it and saying it's great, that's going to go away just because. Okay.
In this video, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go through 10 easy reasons why Diablo 4 and the Diablo franchise is better than Path of Exile 2, or pretty much anything.
All right.
How about 10 reasons why Diablo 4 is only able to pick at certain things about Path of Exile 2 when Path of Exile 1 is still far better than Diablo 4? Just say it here. I'm ready for Hog's reaction.
From that whole camp, let's get started. We'll start with the easy stuff first, where it's very, very simple to understand why Diablo is better, and we'll get to the harder ones.
My bad.
So first things first, reason
No,
number
you're
one.
not. No, you're fucking not, bro.
Did he really just break out this store? Bro, the game didn't work, but the store worked. Oh, and don't worry, they could take your money and not give you the stuff you paid for and then tell you they didn't know where your money went, but they weren't giving you a refund. Do y'all remember that on the first week of Diablo 4 releasing? A polished game.
Using microtransactions as a reason that Diablo is better.
Path of Exile has microtransactions that work. Not only that, but your microtransactions, your skins, your stuff, your MTX from Path of Exile 1 is coming over to 2. You don't have to spend the money again.
Oh, I'm gonna be doing a lot of belly laughs in this video. Oh my God, you're not really.
This gotta be a troll.
Oh, bro, bless your heart, man. You just don't know any better. Even the Mickey Mouse transactions that are in POE 2 early access right now, they dominated what was out. And see, he's already doing it. He's comparing 1 year later Diablo 4, or 1.5 year later plus expansion Diablo 4 to early access just released Path of Exile 2.
What did I tell you? He's comparing something that's been out for 1.5 years to something that's been out currently. Hog said this came out like the second day that POE 2 was out.
Bro, yeah, GGG will put out cosmetics. Like, we have a badass microtransaction store, and you can go to POE 1, and I'll just maybe make a separate video and show you all the shit in POE 1 that you can buy. But like, this is really dumb trying to flex your stupid ass bullshit, very limited microtransaction store on fucking Path of Exile. Like, okay, you know, we're going to talk about franchises, so I guess we're just going to have to. We're just going to have to embarrass the man, huh? Okay, let's go to Path to Exile. Okay, let's go to the shop. Oh my god. So Diablo 4,
Oh,
you
this
actually
can be
have to
great.
pay money. So Diablo 4, I paid $100 to play the game. And then
Yeah.
they wanted you to buy microtransactions on
Yeah.
top of that. And then on top of that, you also had a whole bunch of other shit to expansion and whatever. So I've spent plus the fee, $100 fee to get in, plus whatever the expansion is, $150.
I didn't bother to buy the expansion. I stopped when armor didn't work, resistances didn't work, half the game mechanics didn't work. Oh, quests didn't work. Oh, there's a pretty popular Reddit post where we're quality testing side quests because Blizzard couldn't be bothered to make sure shit worked. Their game at its best, just the campaign worked. The end game was complete trash, and the game still is trash. For all intents and purposes, we're bringing primals back. We're bringing master working back. We're making it so you get the best in slot rolls, but then they're already maxed out. But then you gotta master work at levels 1, 2, 3, and so on. Who fucking cares? When your core game didn't work, you lost me. You lost me as a player forever. And then you pushed and pushed and pushed a year later and was like, oh, now we were able to fix the code, guys. No, that should have been priority fucking 1 because play your way. Well, when your build relies on resistance or the ability to defend, and tank things, you couldn't do that.
$140, whatever the shit is. And their fucking microtransactions are dog shit. And you're gonna talk to me, you're gonna have the gall to tell me
this is a free-to-play game that has hundreds of dollars for microtransactions.
Diablo's the better franchise, and you're going to use microtransactions as the first one.
Get him, Hog.
This is just armors, by the way.
Right. I love it. Just keep showing
We're
it.
still on the armors, by the way.
Yeah, not showing any other MTX, just armor. Don't worry, Path of Exile worked on it. Path of Exile worked really hard on microtransactions. They did really well by the player base.
We're still we're still going.
And they do this in every league.
Microtransactions as a way to flex when first of all, it's really not a thing to use to flex because they should be developing the game instead of microtransactions. But if you're going to talk about the franchise is superior, you're going to talk about Diablo 3, Diablo 4 is superior, then you're going to pull up microtransactions from 1.5 years of Diablo 4 versus early access of POE 2, then we're just going to have to pull out the old TT and show you about microtransactions. Like, that is the stupidest thing. You lose a lot of credibility right there talking about Blizzard's microtransactions in Diablo.
Again, good morning, folks. We're going through video. Hog is reacting, and then I'm reacting, and mostly in agreement right now. Hog's reacting to the 10 reasons why Diablo 4 is better than PoE 2. Meanwhile, it's the take already is bad for the guy who he's reacting to. It's fucking hilarious. So stick with me, guys. We're gonna finish this out.
When literally everybody laughed about all of that shit back then, like everybody. So let's see what, just for shits and giggles. Let's see what PoE 2's shop looks like. Early access, right? So we've got the packs. Okay, so the very first thing is we'll talk about stash tabs. At least a lot of the microtransactions in Path to Exile 2 are actually usable microtransactions. Why you want to talk about microtransactions and how that makes them the king.
Always get your unique stash tabs to load out. It'll make playing the game much easier instead of having like those two generic non-quad stash tabs. They're just like regular stash tabs that, yes, you can do stuff with, yes, you can hold items in, but like they're not great. It's when you start enhancing your own game experience with the currency tabs and gem tabs, class tabs, being able to have those tabs makes it much easier to enjoy the game. I hate to say it, but for a free-to-play game to have a little microtransaction stuff in it, I'm okay with that. Undecember went way too hard on it and was like, you cannot do anything in our game unless you buy these tabs. You cannot enjoy the pity roll system unless you spend real money. And then if you delete that character, don't worry, we're gonna have a new season, but your character is locked. So if you make a new character, you have to rebuy everything all over again instead of attaching it to your account. Fuck Undecember, fuck the way they did it. Path of Exile's been doing it right for a long fucking time, for the better part of a decade.
You can't buy stash tabs. You can't buy more guild tabs.
Oh wait. Didn't Diablo say they couldn't give us more stash tabs because they didn't have enough programming ability to do so? Because if they gave us a new stash tab, then we would be loading everybody else's stash tabs, then all the gear they were wearing, and then all the gear and everybody else's stash tabs within the vicinity, and then on top of that, we would have to have like 2 terabytes of memory in our system in order to facilitate using the town properly, to interact with other players, to see other players, because if we weren't seeing all these other players and then all their inventory items on their character plus everything they were wearing plus knowing all of my computer effectively knowing everything in every character's stash tabs from the beginning of the game, from when we load into that town, no wonder the game was so bugged. Oh my goodness. Path of Exile doesn't have that problem. Developers can code more stash tabs by literally giving them to us. We can purchase them, and it doesn't cause any issues. Not only that, they last a lifetime across your account. From league to league to league, or season to season to season. They are permanent. When you buy them, they are permanent, regardless of how many characters you make. Isn't that something?
You can't buy more guild spots or character spots. Well, guess what, Bubba? You can do that with POE too. So while you're worried about all the fancy smancy, which we got fancy stuff, but we also got shit that's actually usable for our money and not just to grab. So, you know, if we wanted to use extra tabs, you know, the thing in Diablo 4 is everyone complained that there was no actual goddamn inventory space or stash space.
There was none.
Buy it over here. You can use green leafy spending money to buy it. But yeah, we do. We actually have cool cosmetics. And just these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just these 5 right here was more that was in Diablo 4 on release. But
yeah.
Look at all this right here. I don't even know how many you showed in your video. We're gonna have to go back and look.
I think there was 10.
But, it seems to be a pretty good bit of stuff right there. And we got weapon attachments right here. We got portal skins.
Got visual effects.
I know.
Got pets.
Diablo 4 didn't have that on release, and we're still in early access. Pets. I know Diablo 4 didn't have that on early access. Did I say Diablo 3 a minute ago? Diablo 4. We're all talking about Diablo. None of this shit was in Diablo 4 when we paid $100 to play the full edition of the game.
Yeah.
What are you even talking about, bro? You need to publish a retraction and say you were wrong, because this already owns. It owns that ass. Every bit of it. Cursor packs, extra character slots, hideout effects. Oh, you don't even have hideouts in Diablo 4.
No, you don't.
Let's ease off the copium. Tell Blizzard to cancel your contract. Let's move on to the next thing.
Get them, Hawk.
I can't believe this man is talking about using microtransactions. Okay.
This is the Diablo 4 store.
Full
And
measure.
you'll notice that, yes, we do have microtransactions in here, of course, but all of this stuff is cosmetics. There are skins for horses. There's,
Who
you
gives
can
a
buy,
fuck
like,
about a
weapon
mount?
skins, you can get like a whole outfit, everything like that. But the point is, this stuff is all optional. None of this makes you play better. None of this makes...
It's a cosmetic, obviously. But PoE wanted to make sure you had the ability to enjoy all of its content. He's going to argue something like, we didn't have to buy stuff to add to the game. You had to buy a new character in order to experience the rest of the campaign, didn't you? You had to buy a new character for fixes, didn't you?
You get further in the game. All of this is just Riz for your character, and so you can complete.
That's what cosmetics do. Did you just learn what cosmetics are? It's the same thing in PoE. You buy cosmetics, and it look good. Doesn't give you any kind of additional anything. What is it about the Super White Knight Blizzard guys that always go back to that when they try to attack PoE? Oh, this is true cosmetic. Like, you actually pay for things over there to, like, affect your character. Yeah, it affects the way it looks. Everyone thinks it's like a pay-to-win game or something?
Completely sidestep any of this without having to swipe your credit card once, meaning that Diablo is the superior experience because what you're doing is you pay once at the beginning, and then of course if you want to engage in things like season passes and stuff like that, you pay once for the main game, you pay once for the expansion, and you're done. If you want to...
You pay once for the main game, you pay once for the expansion, and you're done.
That's any game.
So you, what, 80 bucks? So you got to pay 80 bucks and you're done. Okay. But see, this is what's confusing to me. So we're talking about PoE 2. If we talk about PoE 1, then you could play PoE 1 for free. And the only thing that you ever had to buy, imagine having to buy something in the game, because the game's free to play. It's free. You don't have to buy an expansion. You don't have to buy the game. You can go download PoE 1 right now for free. Download. And you could play the game with no limitations in any way, shape, form, or fashion except for convenience and trading.
No way.
So when you buy stash tabs and it comes out to 30 bucks to get all of the tabs that you would like to have that are not net.
Again, $30. 30 bucks. That's it. That's like DLC add-on or just an expansion to the base game, because then you can utilize all of those tabs forever, and not just for Path of Exile 1, but for Path of Exile 2. And vice versa. If you're playing 2 for the first time and you're gonna give 1 a try, everything you purchased is usable in 1.
Necessary to have. Once you get all of that, you've basically bought the game and you've still paid less than Diablo. What are you? I really don't understand.
That's how I feel.
It's okay to spend 60 bucks on a game and
60 bucks on a game that was not mechanically finished on launch. $60 for an unfinished game that should have been polished. Resistances, armor, things that should have worked.
30 to 60 bucks on an expansion, whatever the fuck the price is of the expansion now. That's okay. And then come in the game and buy a battle pass and buy platinum coin and all this and buy the cosmetic. That's the superior experience versus play the free game, make sure you like it, make sure it's what you want, because we don't want to try to take your money and scam you. So come play the game.
I love it.
If you want to trade, do us a favor and support us by buying a $30, $20 first-time supporter pack for 20 bucks.
Worth it.
200 in-game.
Worth it, by the way. Worth it 100%. $20 supporter pack is 100% worth it. And if you're getting PoE 2, the $35 supporter pack, like DLC bundle that comes with the base game plus the $35 that you're going to spend, like it's like 60 bucks. That ensures that 600 gold coins, as long as you wait till the weekend and there's a stash tab sale, you literally can buy every stash tab and still have a little money left over for some kind of cosmetics. Something cheap too.
Go and you can buy a tab that you need to trade. Holy shit. Dude, they've got Stockholm Syndrome or something. They're literally defending the captors right here. It's mind-blowing.
Buy this stuff, you want to spend daddy's credit.
Oh, excuse me. And then PoE 2, you paid $30 to get in early access, just like you paid to get in Diablo 4.
No, I'm not paying $75 for Diablo 4's expansion when early access is $30 for PoE 2. Sorry.
But we got 300 gold to get the tabs that you needed. So where's the argument here? You paid to get into Diablo 4 and an expansion, and you paid to get into Path of Exile 2, and you got 300 gold to get the stash tabs that you need to trade. I don't understand what the argument here is.
Supposedly Diablo 4 is a superior game. That's the argument. It's just far superior, but you're paying for a premium currency that you're going to use one way or another because it's lumped in. So when you look at Path of Exile's premium currency, you can actually use it for something you want. Like, not just a cosmetic, but like an actual stash tab. Something that Blizzard said is impossible to give us, and then they were like, "Oh, we've programmed one. We were able to get you one stash tab without breaking the servers."
There's literally there's no argument. Next,
go right ahead. But other than that, you're good to go with that one amount that you spend at the beginning. Next up is whatever the hell this dystopian nightmare of a shop is in Path of Exile 2, which is just jam-packed with early access support packages and all this stuff. A lot of like cosmetics and so on, which, yes,
it's jam-packed of all of these supporter packs. There's 4 supporter packs, bro. How is that jam-packed?
I'll wait.
This is a Path of Exile 2 hater that just wants to make a video about how he hates Path of Exile 2 because he's got Lilith's TT in his mouth. That's what it is.
Diablo has that as well. But then also just sort of like slid in the back here, just general things.
Slid in the back?
How is it slid in the back? If you never played Path of Exile at all, then maybe you're having an eye opener. But still better than Diablo, because at least I know what I'm spending my money on, and I know the store works.
Your game, if you are actually buying them, like stash tabs, like additional stash tabs, everything like that, upgrading to premium stash tab, currency stash tabs, all of these things make the game easier and better for the person who's paying for them.
They don't make the game easier. It's a convenient tool. They are tools. People need to understand that. You get 2 basic ass stash tabs. Basic. And you can't do any currency trading unless you talk in-game chat. Oh, but that we have a trade channel on Diablo 4 too. It's far superior. If you're not using a third-party website, how are you trading? If you're not using a third-party website, how are you trading? And I'm not talking RMT. PoE has trade website, pathofexile.com/trade, and you log in with your account, and it logs in to your stash tabs or your premium stash tab that's set up for trade if you marked it for public viewing. It's something you pay for. Look at that. It's 15 gold coins, bro. You get 20. You can spend $20 or buy a supported pack like Hog said. And this dude is fucking living in a fucking nightmare, or he's in a wind tunnel of his own making.
For them. And so that, in my definition, I mean, if this isn't pay to win, or
did I just hear that right? Let's go back.
Lilith's TT in his mouth. That's what it is.
Diablo has that as well. But then also just sort of like slid in the back here.
What do you mean slid in the back? You mean like Diablo 4 had their store working 100%, fully tested, quality assured and everything before the game? What do you mean slid in the back? Fucking out of here with this shit, Mr. Full Measure.
Just general things.
Slid in the back?
Your game if you are actually buying them, like stash tabs, like additional stash tabs, everything like that, upgrading to premium stash tab, currency stash tabs. All of these things make the game easier and better for the person who's paying for them. And so that, in my definition, I mean, if this isn't paid,
that in my definition is what he said. That in my definition. So when we asked for more inventory space in Diablo and you can't get it, but you can have like 15 characters, but you can only have like 2 tabs and 1 for runes, and then like when you make the adjustment and you just don't have any more room, then you need to create mule characters to hold on to inventory items because you don't know if your stash tab's going to bug out, and you don't know if your items are going to stay forever unless they're on your character, and then you don't know if you're going to lose said character.
pay to win, or at the very least pay for comfort, then I don't know what is.
It's called pay for convenience. And you're so dense that you can't see that the entire player base, this is what's so fucking stupid.
I wanted
I
room.
would've paid money for a guild edition in Diablo.
Yes, 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 yes.
4. I would have paid money for a hideout. I would have paid real money for that shit. That's how bad I wanted it. But the Diablo devs are too out of touch with the player base to see that people want that kind of shit. Well, guess what? They ain't over here, Bubba.
They couldn't program it. They couldn't get an AI to program it better for them. They couldn't give us an extra stash tab. It was literally out of developers' hands. They couldn't do it, guys. That's why we had all these diversity hires. Remember that. Everyone's got to be gay. Everyone's got to be woke. Everyone's got to be going for some kind of movement. You're hired to make a game work. And when your game launches and it doesn't work, your game loses interest real quick. I was in it for the first league, and when the game didn't work, you pulled me back from a little vampire event, a little blood hunt event. And then it was just repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. New character. We're not on the stage where you put the Crusader into Diablo 2 or into Diablo 3 and give a full expansion of like 1 to 2 extra acts and give 2 character slots. We're not at that stage with Diablo 4. And guess what? Diablo 4 will never be at that stage because it costs too fucking much money. It's it's $150 to have everything in Diablo 4. Path of Exile 2, $35 for early access, guys. Might have a full release of the game in 6 months to a year. It's okay. The game's still working mechanically sound. Yes, they made it difficult for us right now because it's meant to not hold your hand. This isn't the, hey, everyone go run through rainbows and skip around and get the job done like Diablo 3 inside of like 2 hours where everyone's, Paragon 400 on the day 1. This is not meant for that player. This is meant for someone who enjoys ARPG, likes a little difficulty, and wants to figure it out.
But when you offer a free game, this is what you dense ass people don't realize. When you offer a free game, there's no such thing as free lunch. You offer a free game, which right now it's not free because we're testing it and it's a fucking privilege and it's some sick.
It really is a privilege, guys. Path of Exile, they could have waited on this. They let us enjoy it as a player base.
Fucking demented, twisted way for us to do that, and that's fine. But the game will be free as POE 1 is. And when the game is free to play, which hurts y'all's feelings because you want people to give money to fucking Blizzard, I guess, or something. But you have to make money somehow when you offer a free game. So this is what it is. But they know that ARPG players, which the Diablo 4 devs didn't understand and can't deliver you extra stash tabs. Instead, they gut the itemization and say, don't worry about items. You don't need items now.
Hey, remember when, we hacked the trade market. We hacked trade chat. We hacked this. We hacked that. This is dupable. This is game breaking. They keep taking shit away like the auction house. Why do we have it? If they keep taking shit away and then releasing it and then taking trade away and then releasing it and then taking trade away some more, Why aren't they just banning the bad actors? Oh, but we need to fix it as a whole. How long does it take? This shit should have been fixed before release.
Well, we know that we need items, so it's pay for convenience. It's not power. Doesn't modify anything. You can sort things nice, or you can have a regular stash just like in Diablo 4. This is an add-on stash. You have a Diablo 4 style stash, and then these add on to your stash if you want to take it that level. If you don't want to be that level ARPG player, then don't buy it. No one's forcing you to buy it, and it doesn't give you any kind of advantage in the game except for your stash is sorted. Like, dude, you're grasping at straws here. It's the literally the oldest argument in the book that everybody tries to, that's never even actually played the game or doesn't like the game or is just anti-Path to Exile. This is what they do. They come up with the stash table. It's paid for power. Blizzard literally is the company that allows people across various games to pay real money for an in-game level boost. Don't come at us ever about pay to win from a Blizzard side, because Blizzard is pay to win also.
Diablo Immortal, it existed before D4, and they used it as a cash grab. And oh, what about those players that spent $100,000 resonating so they could be top players, and then well, now they can't be matched with anybody because they're too strong. Oh wait, now because that one player is so strong and their guild is ready to go immortal, immortal status with, you know, everyone in the player base, because that player is too strong or the whales are too strong, they can't be matched with anyone because they're literally too strong.
Diablo Immortal is pay to win. It's literally,
how much money can people throw at it?
South, the pot calling the kettle black. It doesn't make any sense. Your company does the exact same shit, except it's pay for power.
And don't worry, Diablo Immortal was capped so the community, the global player base, if you can't reach level 100 or Paragon fucking 50 million, it's your own damn fault, because when you reach the point where you're past the community, you're beyond the community overall in Paragons, you're getting gimped to where you're only getting 5% of the total experience you could ever get. So you're just slowly grinding away for experience that really just sucks, because you could be getting so much more. But leave it to little old Jimmy, who's never played the game, and he gets a boost to catch up to your ass.
So anyway, is the entire video going to be microtransactions? Like, are you actually going to have like some gameplay in here, or are we going to keep talking about the stash? Because you said microtransactions in the first, number one, microtransactions, and then now we're at number 2 and we're back at microtransactions.
And I mean, in the time when we are now in the gaming space, is this not the sort of thing that we frown upon? Like, honestly, this doesn't...
What do you mean frown upon? What do you mean? These are the only 2 games that really have done this, besides Undecember, and Undecember sucked when they did it.
Exist in Diablo and hasn't existed in Diablo, and if Diablo tried to do this, we would be on them so bad.
No, we wouldn't. We asked for it. We begged them for stash tabs. They wouldn't give it to us.
We all know the quality that Diablo brings to the table when it comes to telling a story. I'm in Act 3 of Path of Exile 2 now. I have no idea what's going on. It's a mixed match of just being very on the nose and just like not keeping any mystery, any suspense there, or basically not knowing exactly where you are in the game.
You know why he doesn't know? Because he clicked through. He doesn't know. If he sat there and he listened to everything, okay? So think about it too. This was put 3 weeks out. This was put out 3 weeks ago. And he was in Act 3. He was blasting through. He ain't listened to the story. Which, even if he's right and the story sucks, who cares? You don't play ARP. You don't play Diablo 4 for the story, bro. Like, look, you got to be fair here. Nobody gives a fuck about Lilith and her stupid ass son. Okay? Just like, really, does anybody give a shit about the Veil and fucking Doriani? No, not really. We play the game to blast. So again, grasping the straws again. Let's go. Come on.
Suddenly a bad guy.
Hit us with a hard hit, man.
It's just a mess. It's terribly put together.
Ooh, whoop-de-doo.
Diablo is the only game that that can build suspense to a point. I mean, we're up to the first expansion already, and Diablo hasn't even shown up yet. That is...
And that's not a problem?
Did you hear what he just said?
Play Diablo 4 for the story. Bro, like, look, you got to be fair here. Nobody gives a fuck about Lilith and her stupid ass son. Okay? Just like, really, does anybody give a shit about the Veil and fucking Doriani? No, not really. We play the game to blast. So again, grasping the straws again. Let's go. Come on.
Suddenly a bad guy.
Hit.
Hey,
What? What? I guess so. Okay.
Just with a hard hit, man.
It's just a man.
Huh? That's fine. I have to get gas. You get yourself some lunch and I'll get gas.
getting everybody's stuff.
Okay.
It's terribly put together.
Ooh, whoop-de-doo!
Diablo is the only game that can build suspense to a point. I mean, we're up to the first expansion already, and Diablo hasn't even shown up yet.
First expansion and no Diablo. Then why is it called Diablo 4? I'm sorry, but Diablo 1, you came across Diablo. Diablo 2, you fought Diablo, and then we had Baal. Oh, Lord of Destruction. That was actually the cutscene, fucking awesome. Seeing that while in high school, man, that was amazing. No one had done stuff like that. No one had bothered to push that boundary. And then we have Diablo 3. You still fight Diablo in it. You still fight Diablo in it. Remember Diablo 2? He walks the earth with enough stone and Jordans put into the vendors. You might be in a server where Diablo walks the earth. You have to jump into seeded maps for that. In Diablo 3, we had Diablo as well. But Diablo 4, the base game, there's no Diablo. It's Lilith. It's Lilith. Lilith isn't... We gotta, what, be DEI compliant to where we have to have a female arch enemy? Come on. Where's Diablo? We paid good money to fight Diablo.
That is...
And that's not a problem. You're okay with getting milked expansion after expansion after expansion after expansion. So they can string you along, people like you that are too blind to see that you're getting scammed. The old developers came out and warned us that they were going to use the Diablo name as nostalgia bait to scam
Don't worry,
us.
this shit won't go to the regular YouTube channel. It's just going to be live.
They sold you Diablo 4 with no Diablo. Then they sold you a Mephisto expansion with no goddamn Mephisto. You didn't fight Mephisto, you fight his dog. And you're going to sit here and act like Diablo not being in Diablo is a good thing and building suspense? You're a fucking shill, dude.
Building up to such
You're a shill.
Awesome
Sorry, you're a
point
shill. I
is
haven't made a
delivered
video
when
like this in a
we
while. You're a
see
shill,
him in,
bro.
like the second or hopefully the third expansion. I hope they make that many expansions. But the point is,
Shill
we haven't
confirmed.
even seen the titular character that the game is named after in yet. That is
That's suspense building. Somebody said suspense building.
That is not suspense building. That's a waste of money.
Needs to do like fuck Riker. Like I don't mean that. Like I love Riker, but this guy needs to be the head marketing guy now. He's so full of shit. It's I'm surprised. His eyes brown. Yeah, his eyes are brown. Holy, you could get this guy to sell you a bag of shit and get the bag back. Oh my god, he is spinning. No Diablo in Diablo is a good thing. That's suspense building. 7 fucking seasons of no Diablo. It's suspense building, dudes. Get your wallets ready. Dude, you really think in 3 years people are going to give a fuck to buy that? You need a wake-up call, son. You need a reality check. And this is a redneck idiot from South Georgia telling you need a reality check, because you do. You're thinking that's suspense building?
It's like Josh's older brother. That's the way to look at this guy.
Money, son. Oh, this is the greatest video.
suspense building and story building that you cannot find anywhere else.
You can't
especially
find it.
in this
Scams are
technology.
suspense
And
builders
I
now.
gotta ask, what the fuck is this?
It's called a
Like,
fucking talent
this
tree.
for
It's called badassness. So if you take your little Mickey Mouse stupid ass Paragon board and lay it all out, you get a bunch of useless ass teetotal dog shit that doesn't do anything, where this does something.
No. Okay, so that's like a good comparison, but like, you know how you got skills on their tree and they're like really just straight to the point. You only get this, you only get that, you only get this, you only get that, and you're like locked in. You're not locked in Path of Exile.
It's the same oh god, I don't even need to watch the whole video. It's the same arguments. It's going to be the passive tree. Before it was pay to win. Now the next thing is going to be the currency. What's this currency? It'll probably be currency, and then the trading, and then what's another
There's no crafting in Diablo 4.
thing they'll talk?
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, it's quality or masterwork, or you need Forgotten Souls or Veiled Crystals, or you need to gamba for something. We got gambling too. It's using your gold this time.
Talk about maybe no dodge rolls in POE. Maybe it's not active. Maybe there's no mounts or something. It'll be some stupid ass
Anybody
shit
who's
like that.
unaware, is the table where you pick your skills. This is the passive skills table, so this is like attribute boost, and it unlocks like additional abilities, and you can slot jewels in here and all this stuff. But this is the primary, you know, system in the game that
What's the problem?
increases your character power. Yes, you get it from gear and stuff like that, and the skill gems and blah blah blah
It
blah.
looks
blah.
like you're doing
But
just
this
fine.
is the primary way in which every time when you level, you get a point and you click it in. But how the fuck are you supposed to know where you have these guys signed some kind of an like exclusivity agreement with all the content creators, because this is automatic content for them, because no normal human being can figure this shit out.
A lot of people did. A lot of people did. Now, oh, it's called Google. Just saying, Google. Right.
This is
You're officially stupider than a redneck from South Georgia, bro. Round of applause, everybody. Round of applause. You're officially stupider than me. I don't have any problem with a tree. I have fun with a tree. If you don't like the tree, that's fine, but no normal human being can figure out the tree. That is the biggest reach. That's even like, why?
Hey guys, it says search here. You can put in what you want to look for. Got a weapon? Put it in. Looking for an attribute? Put it in. Looking for a skill? Put it in. Looking for how it affects you? Put in energy shield, life, the skills you have at the ready for your character. Things like that.
Better than hog reach. Like, good God almighty, is this the bit? This is bait. This whole video is just engagement bait. That's very obvious. And he's got me, because here I am making a reaction video about it, and we're 25 minutes long in, and it's just going to be one take. This is fucking horse shit, dude. If you don't know how to path, go look at it. Like, this is the stupidest shit. I understand I've got some criticisms about the game, but the passive tree, being that there's no normal human can figure this out.
ridiculous. I have a civil engineering degree, and I have no idea what they're trying to
You better
do.
get a refund from the
This
community
is
you
how
got it from the
do a
damn
fucking
college you
skill
got it
tree.
from, dude.
1 to
Is that from
2,
DeVry?
possibly 3 choices tops. Super easy to figure out. You can quickly re-gear everything.
Hey, I don't know where he's from, but y'all better call the municipality and be like, hey,
Look at how shitty that tree looks compared to the one Path of Exile gave. I'm just saying. That looks awesome. This looks like a bag of ass. Like, oh, I only get to select from like these these 6 branches. Oh, what does this do? Well, if you have like this and then that, well, this just adds fear to it. Well, what about this? Well, that just adds like leech to it. Well, what about this? This just increases your armor rating by like 30% on all 3 points together, but it's like 10 per scale. What about this? Oh, well, that's a skill, but then if you get this, it makes the skill better. But then if you do this, it changes the skill into earth. But if you go this route, it becomes like fire based. Oh, then what about this one? Oh well, it lets it lets it have like a bigger blast when you ice your enemies. But what about this one? Oh well, it splits shards. It lessens your damage a little bit, and then like creates the blast when it freezes. But then if you go this route, it just creates an even bigger freeze with like even more ice damage to the resistance, and yeah, it just adds more damage. What about these other ones? Oh, well, I mean, you're still locked into your skill, and then you just adding to the skill, and that's it. And if you don't like any of them skills, really, it's just this one as the meta, or it's just this one as the meta for your particular build out. And it just kind of sucks because there's only like two skills that are meta, and they're really just fighting back and forth. But you need all of your defenses anyway, and you need to spec into like one of these other skills because you're still always going to be like 1 point off from unlocking the next trip. So then you have to come down, and none of this skill doesn't even look appealing, but you have to put points into your other defenses or your other offensive mentions. You have to. Like, oh, so there's like only really one or two ways to play, or you could just super juice just one skill and it might be okay compared to the meta. Okay, because they nerfed it so fucking hard. Fuck out of here.
From the damn college you got it from, dude. Is that from DeVry?
Possibly 3 choices tops. Super easy to figure out. You can quickly re-gear everything.
Hey, I don't know where he's from, but y'all better call the municipality and be like, hey, this guy is a civil engineer. I mean, my granddaddy was a civil engineer. That's a damn insult to civil engineers, bro. You can't fucking look at a passive tree and take 10 minutes and read where the shit's going. You can't look up something online to help you figure something out.
Google's
you need something as smooth brain as the skill twig. Did you just go and find what everybody loved about the game and just like make a parody video being opposite of what you've got? 4.5 billion gold in there, and you think like that's something that would be cool? I'm just fucking dumbfounded at this video. Like, I'm gonna go through and find everything that everybody loves about Path to Exile 2 the second the game comes out, and I'm gonna make an engagement bait farm video and try to get everybody to engage and everybody to react. It's working. Touche. I mean, props to you, buddy.
You can quickly test between the two options, see which one you like. There's no kind of weird stuff that you have to understand. No weird substats and everything that don't matter, like accuracy and stuff like that, which you get in Path of Exile 2.
Weird stuff.
Like accuracy?
You don't know how to play. Accuracy does matter, bub.
And he calls himself an ARPG veteran. What do you think block chance is? What do you think evasion is? What do you think dexterity does in Diablo? Dexterity, the ability to be agile. Armor. Armor allows you to take a hit or block so much of it.
Oh, man. By the way, accuracy was in all the other Diablos. So while you sat there and said Diablo was the greatest franchise, accuracy was in Diablo 2, accuracy was in Diablo 3.
Yeah. It's the ability to hit monsters.
What are you on about, dude? This is like Captain Contradiction or some shit. I don't... Accuracy doesn't matter. Coming from a game where you had damage on Tuesdays on a Saturday night with your pants down wearing a pair of Hanes underwear. Like, accuracy don't matter. Accuracy in an ARPG from an ARPG veteran. Accuracy don't matter.
Just a lot simpler to work with. I get the fact that
it's simpler, smooth braining. Sorry.
People want things to be a little bit complex and a little bit hard to figure out, but I don't want to have a fucking Rosetta Stone to just understand.
You don't need a Rosetta Stone. You need a GED. Apparently, you ain't got that.
Honestly, I can't fucking keep a straight face anymore. This started out as like satire, just to kind of like cheer me up on like a pretty boring Monday. And yeah, I can't pull this shit off anymore. I want to first of all.
I fucking knew it. You got me, you. You. I could smell it. Round of applause. Round of applause.
I didn't
sir.
mind either way, but
Had
it's
me
just
spitting fire. Oh my God! Come out of retirement. Oh.
We'll just start off by saying that, I mean, I'm like a gamer. I started in the, late 80s, early 90s. And one of the earliest memories I have of where I had to earn playing a game was I, had to do an
This guy
insane
had me
amount of,
become in
summer
personal
jobs and
attack
everything like that.
mode.
Actually, probably like more than one summer rotation where I was trying to save up money, pocket money, so I could buy my first shitty, beat up secondhand PC. So that I could play the original Diablo on it. I'd seen it at a friend's house. I fell in love
PlayStation.
with that shit, and eventually they wouldn't let me come to the house anymore to play the game. So I figured out I had to do something myself and get it. And I've been an avid supporter of the franchise, but also the genre of ARPGs ever since then. And I believe, like, in a way, like, I've had rose-tinted glasses when it comes to, like, Diablo and everything like that. And I've come to realize that that's because Diablo is the Call of Duty of the ARPG world.
it is, but it sucks.
Like annual releases, because obviously that's not happening. But I really mean it in terms of like the inability for them to like just innovate and essentially just take chances and move the genre forward. And it takes a game like Path of Exile 2 and obviously Path of Exile 1, which is the shame because I avoided that game like the fucking plague.
Bro, me too.
Because I was scared.
I didn't know what to think of it when I first saw the skill tree for the first time. I pulled up the escape, exit the game, and I came back 6 months later. True story.
For a lot of the things which I was making fun of in this video, but I didn't understand.
You should see my first achievements in Path of Exile to my like most recent achievements. The perfect story.
And now I do.
Right.
I just came off an extremely intimate weekend with Path of Exile 2 since the launch, and I walked away from that, or I'm still in the fucking afterglow of that, but I've walked away from that a changed man, and I get it. I get what people are talking about. It makes complete sense to me now. So I think, Path of Exile 2, again, coming from a guy who my really first Path of Exile experience is Path of Exile 2. So for a lot of you, you might be saying, well, fucking duh, bro. This has been the case with Path of Exile 1 since, the beginning. But take it from someone who showed up late to the party. But the point is, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
I'm sorry for attacking you.
Might very well
Fuck
be
that.
a
Satire video.
RPG that in many ways sets the bar far higher than any of its predecessors before ever could. I hate the fact that I have to reduce my love for Diablo as a franchise, but also Diablo 4, to just pleasant memories. And that I
Yeah, that's how I've looked at mine. Like 5,000 hours in Diablo 3, just countless thousands of hours in Diablo 2. I even have my battle chest CDs like put up somewhere for Diablo 2. I can't. Those were such awesome times back then. It's so hard to think that they're just memories now, when I've been chasing that like feeling in a game. And Path of Exile, like the more you understand in Path of Exile 1 on how to craft and how to do content and how to do certain things, you feel better and better and better, and you're like, oh my god, this feels awesome, this is great, this is amazing, so yeah. And you just keep moving forward. Not bad, but it's not the same feeling.
can't link to anything in the game right now, which is something that I think is a good idea, works very well, is fun to interact with, anything like that, because I've tasted the forbidden fruit. So I mean, I know I've probably...
So feedback just from me on that, because I went through that last year. You'll start picking up on Diablo hints throughout the game. Then you'll start feeling at home a little bit. You're like, wait a minute. I am home. Diablo ain't what Diablo is supposed to be now, but this has got throwbacks and hints and feels just like it used to. Kinda. you feel like you're at home a little bit.
You lost a whole bunch of people with that shit at the beginning of the video, but if you're still sticking around and if you're on, because my channel, has a whole bunch of.
I actually thought this video was gonna be way worse. I was waiting for more. I was like in agreement with a lot of what Hog had to say. Like, this fucking shill of a guy, dude. Like, he gave it to him. He said, Diablo, need to hire this fucking guy. Like, Riker's not bad, but you need to fucking hire this guy.
Different genres on there, but there's definitely Diablo stuff on here as well. And I do know some of the people that watch my videos also do play ARPGs as well.
I gotta give it to him again. That's the ultimate bait. I've been very good about not doing a damn video, attacking somebody, and I was like, this sumbitch right here is getting attacked. We're bringing up old school, like 1,000 sub Hog. I'm attacking this guy. Well played, sir. You got everybody. Very well played.
And if you have for some reason been on the fence about trying this out, and you've been using the fact like there's $30 that you have to pay as an entry into it, so you don't want to take the chance of doing that, take it personally from me that it is absolutely worth it. Yes, the game is complex. It's more complex than Diablo for sure, but let's be honest, like a fucking game of tic-tac-toe in certain cases is more advanced than Diablo 4 at this point in time. I'm sorry, dude. I hate to be the fucking guy.
Dude, he just ripped Diablo 4 huge.
You're right. When you see something that's so far ahead of the curve, then you look back at what you're comparing it against, and you're just like, the fuck? Yeah. It's like suddenly I got contact lenses and I can see I've been blind my whole life. Yeah. But in any case, the point is, if you're thinking about taking the plunge or anything like that, yes, you are going to be dealing with a more complex game than Diablo. But that's,
and you're gonna bitch a lot, but it's fun.
It is difficult. All right. There's a reason why people call this game the Dark Souls of ARPGs, and I mean it's not quite there, but it is certainly difficult. I just finished Act 2 a couple of hours back, and it is some of the most frustratingly challenging shit that I've had to do in an ARPG, but super satisfying.
You baited me so damn hard.
I think personally the Act 1 boss of Path of Exile 2, that fucking boss has more going for it from a spectacle perspective, a difficulty perspective, phases, all of that, just general fight enjoyment than anything that I've seen ever in Diablo. And that makes me sad, because this game has basically made it so that I can only refer.
So, bro, don't be sad. The problem that we feel sad about it is we want the D2 feeling back, which it's like chasing the dragon. You'll never have that feeling again. Blizzard North is dead and gone.
Yeah.
And so the best thing to do is just remember those times fondly and try to make new times. But that's, a lot of us feel that way about Diablo. We wish Diablo was this way. We wish everybody was playing Diablo, but it really doesn't matter what fucking title of the game is. Diablo's dead and gone. D4 is not even a Diablo game. And you baited me good as fuck. And so round of applause for the 5th time. And
Hog got me.
Now we got Path Exile to play. And you know, Path Exile 2 is very volatile right now, but it's a lot of fun. The whole experience is fun. What I mean by that is
the whole experience.
Bitching about the feedback we want in the game, and then fucking around in general chat, and then fucking having the goddamn brick a character, make a new one, and come back and bitch and moan and whine and cry until you find something that's awesome, and then start blowing up shit, and then wait for the nerfs to come, and then rinse and repeat. I mean, to me, early access is a roller coaster of fun and emotion, and everybody should join it.
Yeah.
But anyway, y'all go check out our boy here, The Full Measure. Let's give him a subscribe and like.
I do the same. Full Measure. I've seen this sketch before. Get on YouTube. Full Measure. Why did I spell that all fucked up? All right. Go. He's got the little beer logo. that, this.
After being repeatedly told by YouTube for like the last 3 to 4 months to create a channel trailer, I figured now's as good a time as any to do it, since we're about to hit 6,000 subs.
3 years ago.
Like, you baited me fucking hard. And we'll see y'all next time.
Oh man, alright chat. I'm out. I know Hog's out. He's got a little grow up, and that's it, chat. It was a blast. It was fun. Oh man. Y'all later. Bye. Oh, quick note. With the way my stomach feels and the way Game Mom's getting sick, I think I'm also getting like flu. So we might not be on later. It's all about how my body responds. So we'll get some rest. Have a good one. Happy New Year's to you all. See you in the next one.